All right, Jaren, we talked about it last week, and we didn't have to wait too long for this one now. Kevin Durant is officially on the move. So now the two let's kind of break it down. Let me break it down for you, Jaren. The two-time Finals MVP Kevin Durant has been traded from the Phoenix Suns to the Houston Rockets in exchange for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick this year, and also 5 second-round picks. And then according to sources, though, Jaren, Phoenix actually rejected the Heat's offer, who they reportedly had a package deal that included Andrew Wiggins, Terry Rozier, Jaime, Yaquez. Yaquez Jr., Hayward Highsmith, and the 20th pick this year. And then KD was actually given the news while he was at Fanatics Fest just recently, too. And so we got a live, raw reaction from him. So before I get into my thoughts, Jaron, I want to hear what you have to say about, this whole trade and how did it go down to you?
Man, I mean, Houston was a team that we thought could have been what the Thunder were, and take the team, take their draft picks, take all the young talent they had, and excel. But against the Warriors, they needed scoring, and who was their highly paid young, offensive threat? Jalen Green, and he did not show up. So it's like, okay, where do we go to get some more scoring? You go to a dude who hasn't averaged under 25 points in I don't know how long, literally, like it's so long. He can give you the scoring you need down the stretch. So for Houston, it's a no-brainer. I think it sucks that you had to give up Dylan Brooks because that's probably your best defender. Like, don't look at me like that. Dylan Brooks is a ball player.
But they kept Jabari Smith though,
right? So
which is I thought he was going to be in that package deal, honestly.
Yeah. You got Jabari. You still have Tari Eason. Cam Whitmore still on the bench. Didn't really play much. You still got Reed Shepard. He didn't really play much. Amen Thompson stayed. Right? Yeah, Amen Thompson would now.
I don't think he was ever going to be in the package deal though. I don't think, but this is huge for his development, I think. And again, like I said, I mean, I'm not too surprised myself that Houston was able to pull this trigger. They got the players, they got the draft capital to do something of this caliber. I did think though that the Suns were probably gonna at least get maybe 2 first-round picks out of it, not just one. But yes, they got 5 second-round picks, but you can buy second-round picks with cash. You can just throw cash at a team and you can get some second-round picks out of it. Sure. Which I'm like, sure, okay. And again, Noah just mentioned this is gonna open up, Amen Thompson's like. His development, he's going to quickly, I feel like. And again, for the Houston Rockets, I think this is probably the most complete team that KD is going to since the Warriors. Yeah. So, and I just mentioned they were able to keep Jabari Smith, who, he's a scorer himself who can is all over the floor himself. Like I said, he's a good defender. And also, he knows how to, get to the bucket as well. So, they also have 3 guys over 6'10", or 6'10" or over. You got Sengun, Jabari Smith, and then also with KD. So that they got some towers over there as well, and so some good rim protectors as well. So, but if we look at Phoenix too. I mean, if they keep Jalen Green, because there are reports again that he will probably be shipped off, possibly as well. They might need it. They're probably trying to reload on their draft capital because they don't have a first-round pick, barring this year until 2031. They have a pretty good backcourt, I think, with Devin Booker and Jalen Green, both guys who can score over 20 points. But again, and then obviously adding Bradley Beal. I mean, I think I think we mentioned it earlier. They're like 3 of the same people. So
Romeo, they will score 150 but give up 200 points. Like that is ass. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty bad. If I'm Book, I know the report was they may move on from Jalen Green. So, and maybe package up Nurk and go get you a 1-2 punch, Devin Booker and whoever. Maybe if you can get Bradley Beal's contract out of there instead of Jalen Green, because keeping Jalen Green the younger option would be great. But, if we had to choose between Jalen Green and Bradley Beal, I think every organization would rather pursue Jalen Green. I think that's fair to say.
And you know what's crazy? Because in the case, Phoenix is in a hole right here because Bradley Beal's only one of the 2 players in the NBA who have a no-trade clause. So you cannot trade Bradley Beal to any place he doesn't want to. Him and LeBron are the only 2 players with a no trade clause in the NBA so far. So no.
How do you feel about the Houston Rockets potential starting lineup now? So it's Fred VanVleet. Jalen Green is not there. Amen Thompson is basically going to be overtaking that shooting guard spot. KD, Jabari Smith Jr., and then Alfred Sengun.
Man, I mean, they were the number 2 seed last year in the West, so it's like, can they improve from that? I mean, if they're still the number 2 seed this year, I don't want to say it's a disappointment. Obviously, I think they're a 50 plus, maybe a 55 plus win team this upcoming season with KD. I think, like I said, I mean, a lot of people are saying KD is not the player you want to get you over that hump. Like, if you're relying on KD to get you over that hump, you might be in trouble, but they didn't need him last year. Obviously, they struggled in the playoffs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No, they needed him in the playoffs.
But they would needed someone like him in the playoffs. So, there's so much potential for this team. Like, like I said, I think in terms of the trade itself, pretty even, I'd say, in terms, but obviously slightly going in Houston's direction.
Yeah.
But because, I mean, like I said, the Phoenix Suns, they're trying to blow.
You said an even trade?
Slightly even. I think it's slightly even, but I said in favor of the Rockets. So, because like I said, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Jalen, bro, he's 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's still got growing pains himself. I think maybe this might be the team for him, for Jalen Green, the Phoenix Suns. Just like how, like, again, I'll throw it out there again. I think we're all gonna look back at the SGA trade. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's something like that. Like, I'm not saying they're the same player. I'm not saying that.
Oh no. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
No. But no. What would you have to say though about that?
Jalen Green has been underwhelming since he got to Houston. It's not like he's been like he's progressed a little bit. Like, he started off as a extremely inconsistent scorer, then he got a little more consistent, but it's still, I would still label him as inconsistent. And 4 years into the league now, 5 maybe, I don't know how long, but that's more than enough time to be able to look at you and go, okay. And now, like you said, change of scenery may be good, but looking at what we have to look at, I wouldn't call this trade even. I just keep it 100. I wouldn't do that, especially the way the Phoenix Suns roster is constructed right now. Like, if they make a couple more trades and they
pretty bad right now,
right? If they make a couple more trades and they're able to shape that team a little bit better,
they have no depth.
then it'll, you know what I mean? Then it'll work. Then we can look back and say that was a good trade for them. But as of right now, I don't think so.
Okay, would you think this trade would pay off if they somehow buy? I think because there's reports too that will try to buy out Bradley Beal's contract as well. Do you think possibly something like that would probably make this trade a little bit better? Because, I mean, like I said, I think everyone kind of agrees that all three of those players are essentially the same. And Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Jalen Green.
I mean, at this point, they gotta. It's got to be. Like, I don't know. I don't know where you go, honestly. Whether you just cut him, you buy him out, whatever the case is, you send him to wherever, trade him to wherever he wants to go. But I mean, I don't think shit changes this year for them, honestly. Especially if they stick with this roster, that's bad.
Let's get into that too, because are my early expectations for both teams for the Rockets again? I mean, the West, like I said, it's fucking tough. Yeah. The West is tough as hell for any of these teams, but they did have the what are they, 57 wins last season or something wrong?
They were 2 as or
50 seed, they were the 2 seeds. So at least my expectation, I think nothing less than a Western Conference final appearance for them. Maybe even they might get to the finals, but they have to go through OKC now, and then they have to go through maybe the Mavericks improve, all these other teams that are coming back too as well.
The Lakers.
For the Suns, I think, like I said, I won't be surprised. I mean, what were they, the 11th seed last year?
Yeah, they missed the play-in last year with KD.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they can possibly squeeze out a play-in berth. That 10th seed. They could probably get that 10th seed. And you know how they can do it? If they, with this draft, they got the 10th overall pick. If they get, like I mentioned him earlier, Derek Queen. He's an all-around, solid big man. He has ball handling skills, and he knows how to crash the glass as good as anyone in this draft as well. He's pretty much almost a complete player himself in Derek Queen. So if they get someone like them, because they do need a big as well over there in Phoenix, I can see a possible, squeezing into the play-in. That's a little bit of a progression for them. Obviously, I don't know what the Suns are truly doing, but and maybe if they do buy out Bradley Beal's contract and get that contract out the way, and maybe this could be something for him.
Well, high fucking take. The Trailblazers are going to be better than the Suns next year.
Whew. You have something to say to add, Noah?
Yeah. Fuck. Wait, hold on. What'd you say?
The Trailblazers will be better than the Suns next year. If you take this roster the Trailblazers have and the roster the Suns have right now, I would take the Trailblazers.
Okay. I was going to say, first of all, don't forget that Fred VanVleet has championship experience. Don't forget that KD has championship experience in that same finals that he played against. Ime Udoka also has championship experience. I mean, he coached the NBA Finals, but he didn't win it. And so that's a good move. But if we're talking about the Phoenix Suns, this is one of those trades where you have to like kind of wait for what Phoenix is doing. 'Cause like you said, we don't know what Phoenix is doing.
I don't at all.
But it's one of those things where like dominoes are low key starting to fall. This was a crazy move right now, but at the beginning of the season, I feel like the Phoenix Suns know that this looks bad on paper. Like, 3 shooting guards. We already hate Bradley Beal. Jalen Green doesn't have like a great reputation, and then Devin Booker is like he's what? The video of
Great, you talking about his reputation?
No, bro, it's Pride Month. No, so yeah. Devin Booker too. Devin Booker, he's like, there are reports that he's growing unhappy with the franchise, and everybody is saying it too. Like, why the fuck is Devin Booker still there after all the shit that he's been through with this organization? So I think we just need to wait a little bit more. They have those draft picks that they got from Houston, so they can package those in with something. Maybe they package off both, like 2 picks with Bradley Beal, 2 picks with fucking Jalen Green, and then the Suns roster looks completely different. We saw what people are doing now with the Wizards and stuff. We'll get into that later, but like moves are happening. So people are looking for draft picks. People are looking to rebuild, and people are also looking for quote unquote washed players too. So
indeed. And I think and again, for Houston though, like I said, this is a really solid move for them. I really think, this will get them over that hump. I mean, and like you mentioned, like all that championship pedigree, all that experience in the championship game. Plus, you got the young guys. So, and like I said, Amin Thompson, he's probably gonna have this. He's gonna blow up. He's gonna definitely blow up. He's already played here, had a great rookie season last season. So it's like just that development is gonna be amazing. KD, I mean, a lot of people see KD as not. I mean, never been really his role as being like the mentor kind of guy. He's never really been the leader in a sense, but this might be the time. Like I said, and I think we mentioned it earlier, like with guys of like in his age, like with Drew Holiday and stuff like that, like this might be the time now. He probably will, change things up a little bit. He's getting scrutinized in the media all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? So
they got veterans now.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't think anything changes for KD. I think it's good for them. He goes to a team that already has some experience and has gotten better, a lot better. So he just has to come in and just add his scoring literally, and they'll be fine. I don't think it has to be a matter of like taking someone under your wing, because he won't do it. He will not. He just wants to go get his buckets and go home. Like, buddy has no wife, no kids. He does not care about that shit. That's it.
Just speaking of KD though, like, his social media presence is probably one of the funniest in the NBA, funniest in all the sports realm, because he don't give a damn. Like you said, he just wants to hoop, but he also just like, I don't know. I don't know if you remember like the burner accounts and all that stuff, and now he kind of he's now just fleshly, just putting himself out there like, look, I'm gonna speak to whoever I want to speak to. I don't give a damn.
Once you get caught, I mean, you can't go back and keep doing the burner account.
And speaking of that, so you know who Emmanuel Acho is, right,
yes.
Jaron? So I guess he had an NBA legacy formula the other day. Yeah. And I looked at it. So his legacy formula is championships won divided by the team played for. That's going to equal the player's legacy. So some of these players, let's look at it right here. So for Kobe, 5 championships, 1 team, scored a perfect 5.0. Tim Duncan, same thing. Steph, 4.0. LeBron, a 1.3. Dirk, 1.0. And then KD, 2 championships, 5 teams, 0.4 legacy score, right? So, and then basically, what is it? The highest value is greatest, obviously. So when we look at it as well, this is what KD had to say. He went on to Twitter and he said, according to the great Kevin Durant's legacy formula that was created in the best labs at MIT, Emmanuel is the worst linebacker of all time. You sure you want to listen to this guy about greatness?
Yeah, no, he's funny as hell for that.
Man, and then, look, he's a human just like the rest of us, and it's funny as hell to just kind of see how he goes about things. Because even someone said, somebody, I don't even know who the guy named Deminji. I don't know who this guy is. He has a blue check mark, but his thing says social media strategist. He said, "Nigga, are you always online?" To KD. This KD responded. He said, "Look at this judgmental social media strategist." So I'm like, look, that honestly, look. Everything aside, like whatever you want to talk about his legacy. You want to talk about, his attitude, like, oh, he just doesn't want to be a leader and mentor anyone. Who gives a damn? He comes into the building, he produces. He's a championship guy. He'll bring you, like you said, we keep on hounding at it. He's gonna bring you 26, 28 points a game. What is there to complain about? You know what I'm saying? Right. He will win you a game. He will win you games. He will win you playoff games.
I saw on that tweet too. If you take that logic and you apply it to, I don't know if remember him, but Patrick McCaw.
He have what?
He won 3 rings with the Warriors because he was on the bench that whole time. He would have a higher legacy score than LeBron James.
So I'm like, like I said, correct me. I've watched football all my life basically, and Emmanuel Acho. KD ain't that far off from what he said, because I don't remember anything significant that Emmanuel Acho has done. You know what I'm saying? He's been always. I think he's one of KD's biggest haters. Actually, he's always got something to say about KD for sure. Like him. He's a football guy, and he's talking about these basketball players. Like, what if you KD's done way more than you and done in probably one in 5 games than you've done your whole career.
Emmanuel Acho isn't that old, is he?
He's not that old. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So,
he's like 29.
And he's been doing this media stuff for probably closer to 5 years, maybe even more. So it probably means his career ended short because he couldn't produce. And simple as that.
That's the one thing I like about KD. And then also, I know he had an interview with Kay Adams. God, Kay Adams, she's
okay. Calm down. It's not that deep.
Oh, my bad. But he went out. He even stated "Oh, I'm just a bad guy today." We're gonna move on from that.
What do you like about Kay Adams?
She has a beautiful face.
Okay, fair enough. She's pretty.
She's a beautiful woman, honestly. Okay. And she got infinite ball knowledge, so that's just a W in itself too. So, but
fucking hater over here. Fucking hater.
What am I doing?
But in terms of KD, like I said, I think this is a big win from him. He could probably look for probably another ring. You know what I'm saying, over there in Houston, and also, he with his interview with Kay Adams, he basically said he felt like Phoenix wanted him gone in terms of the fans, because she was at the Fanatics Fest and she was interviewing him, and what was it? There was some Phoenix fans in the back, sad and stuff like that. And like I said, KD, he don't bullshit around. He was like, no, they're not. They're not sad.
He's there, he's there. He lived in Phoenix for those years, so he probably, he's not gonna be a hermit and sit in his fucking house all day or apartment wherever he is. He probably was out and about at some point in his Phoenix stint. And he probably did feel some type of way about how he was received in certain situations. You don't forget shit.
He is. Let's be real. He's an emotional guy, and that's, it's fine. But
it's just stuff like that you don't forget. You come to a team, and yes, you're getting paid so much money, but at the end of the day, if you don't feel like you're loved by the fans, the fan base, the upper management, everything, you feel like there's an issue, some type of issues in the locker room, whatever the case may be. You kind of want to get out of that toxic situation,
Oh yeah, most definitely. And Jaron, what do you think about what's your prediction for this Houston team? Again, like I said, very early on, can't really make too many predictions because there's so many uncertainties in the NBA. Obviously injuries, unfortunately, the trade deadline, like Noah mentioned, and with the West in general just being probably very strong. What do you think?
Honestly, it's probably, I could see best case scenario, a Western Conference Finals appearance. I don't know if this puts them in the finals. It just because KD's 36. At some, I get it. He's been consistent, but at some point, I guess we said the same thing with Bron, but it hasn't happened. But at some point, he's got to give us a little bit of decline, right? You would think. So I don't want to say finals, but it could be a Western Finals appearance for sure. Definitely.
I want to know what you guys think down below. Like I said, Kevin Durant has been traded to the Houston Rockets from the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns, I didn't even really touch on Dylan Brooks, but Like I said, he's a good defensive presence for sure, but I mean, he's not gonna really do much for you offensively, obviously. So
I give you a couple threes, but honestly, when Noah said Amen Thompson, I kind of forgot that he was there too. So in Houston's sake, you don't lose that defensive intensity for the number one offensive guy you're gonna face.
Most definitely. And then, like I said, let me know what you guys think. Did Houston give up too much for KD, or is this the right move for them? Will this get them to that finals appearance, or will see something like happen with the Rockets? What happened with the Phoenix Suns? You guys, let me know down below what you think. Okay.